Naam, karibu tena mpenzi mtazamaji, na leo hii tupo na Secretary General wa chama cha Safina Party ambaye anajulikana kwa jina Joakim. Na leo hii tupo hapa kuzungumzia mambo ambayo yametokea. Tumeona aibu nyingi imeweza kutokea kutokana na yale majibu ambayo Rais mtukufu Rais Ruto aliweza kujibisha Rigathi Gachagua. Hebu tuzungumze naye atuambie vipi tuelekea wapi kama taifa. Karibu sana Joakim.
Thank you very much.
Karibu.
Na shanga umeita mtu mtukufu with the kind of insults we've seen being spewed back and forth. Afai kuitwa mtukufu, labda aitwa mtukutu. but again, looking at what's happening, the people who should be worried are Kenyans, because both Gachagua and Ruto are now in an environment they flourish. Environment of insults. Ruto na Gachagua wamebobea katika huo ulingo, because when you look at the past 3 elections, William Ruto has been taking credit for viciously insulting Raila Odinga. Huyu muganga, mtu ya kitendawili, huyu mtu ya kutupa mawe, sini huyu tunamjua. Aya, 2022 alikuwa anasema mimi si mlevi, sivutangi bangi, niko na akili. Hii maneno ya kusema ako na akili hajaanza leo. Hii akili inamsaidianga tu ku-obtain by false pretense. He obtained presidency by false pretense. He pretended to be a person who knew how to take care of the Kenyan people, but later on we realized it was a long con game.
Kuna watu wanasema kwamba labda William Samuel Ruto amepata dawa yake, manake wakati ambapo alikuwa anamtusi Raila Amolo Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka hatu kusikia wakijibu kwa matusi, ila walikuwa wanajibu tu ile soft, lakini sasa hivi imekuwa ni gol. They are all cut from the same cloth. They are twins from different mothers, so they behave the same. There are more episodes coming up. So let Kenyans buy more popcorns and be prepared to watch this soap opera. Wengine wanaita Netflix.
Yes, insult flicks. Because I am saying this, we cannot reduce the conversation around governance and prudent management of national resources to discussing body morphology, dietetics, and all that. A president cannot appoint himself a gym trainer, a nutritionist, and an appetite apportionist. You see, that's not what he was elected to do. You understand?
Yeah.
Personally, I have no problem with William Ruto's size. I have no issue how he looks, whether he has 1 eye or 2. No, I don't care about that. Whether amekonda juu ya gym ama ugonjwa, that's none of my business. My business is the decision he makes. If the decisions he makes affect me negatively, I will have to pay attention. That's why I've been looking around and establishing the effect of his actions on the Kenyan people. Today I was watching Senate proceedings, and there is a question Sifuna asked. He asked this minister, mwenye ananyamazanga tu, the minister who answers salary by being silent, anaitwa Davis Chirchir. Sifuna asked a question about the 9 billion that was allocated to repair Mombasa Road after building and construction of expressway. It is supposed to take care of the drainage system so that the water, storm water harnessed from the expressway can drain itself through the stormways. But with the help of this Speaker of the Senate, they did not discuss how that money was used. The minister was talking about beautification of Mombasa Road, at kutoka JKIA mpaka ABC Westlands. Nairobi does not begin from JKIA to ABC alone. Nairobi is a big area. Eastlands is a mess. Ukienda hapa Parklands, watu wamejenga juu ya mito. So when we ask such questions, no one answers them. Maswali ati sasa sisi tuachane na kuuliza hiyo maswali, tuanze kuangalia who is better at insulting who. You see? Gachagua walianza. Na mimi nilianza kuambia Gachagua and this team of opposition kitambo sana that please guys, let us have politics of substance. Let us have issue-based politics. When you take a microphone, dissect education, look at healthcare, how are roads, how are children, the well-being of the Kenyan people. But when we objectify politics, what you saw yesterday is the end result. So William Ruto is saying, unajua sio mimi nilianza, ni hawa. Unaona? He has decided to fight with pigs in a muddy area. Unajua huwezi kupigana na nguruwe kwa matope. Matope, nguruwe huko ni kwao.
Chakula yake.
Yes. Sasa wewe uweze sema atu unajua hii nguruwe ilikuwa imenikosea sana. Wacha nionyeshe pia mimi naweza cheza kwa matope. So that's not an issue we want to engage ourselves in. You see? Ametukana Matiang'i. Mimi nimesema Matiang'i because I am a pragmatic person. I am a pragmatic person. I want to, and I take advices that you could be my very biggest enemy, but if I find that what you are saying is important, I take that advice. So mimi nataka niambie Matiang'i na hawa watu wengine wote, baada ya kutukanana na William Ruto, we are going to drain the swamp. Because they have all proved to us that they are not an option. They are not, and actually they are not. Yes.
Kuna kitu ambacho rais alifanya ama alisema jana kule maeneo ya magharibi na imezua maswali chungu zima kule kwenye mitandao kwamba Rigathi Gachagua kuna mtu alifanya akaua, lakini watu wanamuuliza vipi mlikuwa kwa hiyo serikali, lakini kwa nini haukumshika na kwa nini hawakushtaki hiyo kesi yaweze kuchukuliwa sheria?
In criminal law we have something called aiding and abetting, being an accomplice, that you deliberately hide the truth from law enforcement and you contribute to justice not being achieved. It's a criminal case. So if the president knew and was aware of the person who killed the young lady that died and tweeted a condolence statement, pretending to be feeling bad of the death of that young lady, why is she telling us today? Why is he speaking like an activist when he's a president, the commander of armed forces? According to what he said yesterday, he knows that Gachagua killed someone. Why is Gachagua still walking around here? He should be in jail. If Matiang'i killed the people and threw them in River Yala, my goodness, Ruto is president.
Why now?
Why are you telling us so that we do what? What are you doing about it? Because I fail to understand terribly. Because it looks like it's now time for people to say what each one of them has in their own closets. So, what I want to tell people is that this has nothing to do with the people. Anasema hii maneno akiwa Western, which means he's not going to talk about he's not going to talk about the needs of Western region. He's not going to talk about how to revive Nzoia Sugar, how to revive Mumias. He's not going to talk about the road network. What is his plan? He's going to talk about how Gachagua started insulting him and he's now paying back. So, but I don't want to be a person who interrupts his enemy when he's making mistakes. And I want to say, I want to thank the advisors of the president. They are doing a good job. They are advising him accordingly, exactly how we want it. And I know that all they care about is their salary. But now, when you see that your enemy is being misadvised to punch aimless punches, then why should you interrupt him? Let them continue.
Kwa hiyo
Alafu
wasema kwamba
wakimaliza waende wote.
kwa hiyo wasema vita izidi kutamba tamba.
Wacha katambe bwana.
Joakim, wafikiria kwa nini wakati kama huu Rais William Samoei Ruto kuna baadhi ya mambo ambayo anayafanya na anayeleta mambo ambayo alifanyika awali kitambo sana. Ni kadi gani inachezwa pale?
It's rage baiting. It's driving a wedge between two communities. Like for example, expose kwamba elections were rigged in 2007. There's nothing new about it. When you look at that clip, a 43-minute clip, it conveniently does not talk about how people died in Kiambaa. Now we are supposed to shift our focus and start talking about Alfred Mutua. Come on, bwana. Alfred Mutua was a mere spokesperson in the government. You see?
Yeah.
The people who went to Hague, people didn't go to Hague because they stole elections. People went to Hague because they caused massive death of people. No one went to Hague because they stole elections. So hii maneno ya kusema tu Mutua, I'm not saying Mutua did not do a bad thing. He contributed to usurping the will of the people. But the people who went to Hague were the people who are suspected of orchestrating the death of the Kenyan people. So tungoje 19 years tuanze kuambiwa vitu vile zilifanyiwa 2007. Si tusikize hii ya 2022 tumekuwa tu hapa.
Yaliyopita si
Yeah. I expect huyo jamaa anaitwa sijui nani Barasa. Afanye interview, afanye investigation, atuambie how 2022 was unfolded. We cannot wait for 2042 to be told about what happened in 2022. Ati tusikize around 2046 hapo kuna expose imetoka about how elections were manipulated in 2022. Kuna hivi vitu kama hiyo.
Labda ukiangalia ukisikiza ile video pale ni kuonyesha kwamba kuna baadhi ya makabila matatu pale. Kuna Wakamba, kuna Wakikuyu, kuna Wajaluo. Wadhania kwamba hii kadi ambayo inachezwa italeta mgawanyiko kati ya makabila.
Yeah. The intention is to split Luos and Kikuyus further.
Will it happen?
It has fallen flat on the surface. It will not happen. Because now people are wiser. People are clear. They know this is a card. Wanataka Wajaluo wakasirika waseme Wakikuyu waliiba kura zetu. Wakikuyu wakasirika waseme Wajaluo hawatupendi. Yeye apite katikati. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo sasa hivi. Yes.
Unasema kadi hiyo
tumemuonea huko.
Unasema hiyo kadi
hiyo
wakati huo haipiti haiendi mbali.
We are not our parents. They lied to our parents. We are different people. Yes.
Kuna fununu kwamba TV ambayo inawekwa zile video kule imeshaenda upande mwingine.
Kuna fununu, kuna Mtanzania amenunua hiyo media house, Nation Media. But mimi siamini ni Mtanzania. Kuna Mkenya amechukua form of a Tanzania. Akajaza kwamba yeye ni Mtanzania. Unajua watu wameiba pesa mingi, they can buy anything. Wanaweza hata kuja wanunue hii cathedral waseme there is a Russian who has bought the church.
They are using people's name.
Yeah, so but look at the timing. Just when we know that they have bought the Nation Media, that's when the expose comes. So that what happens? You see? Johannes Kriegler did the investigation. Akatuambia. We have the Johannes Kriegler report. So hii NTV ni nini ilionyesha yenye haiko kwa hiyo report?
Kuna kitu ambacho umekizungumza pale ukasema kwamba ni kweli tulionyeshwa vile kura ziliibwa pale mwaka 2007, lakini kile ambacho kilihuzunisha sana kile kisa cha kule Kiambaa hatujakiona.
Kwa hiyo expose, do you see anyone anywhere mentioning that people died? Yes, it's a sanitization program. Kufanya mukasirike. You know, when you are going into the ring to fight, wale watu wamefanya boxing, they will tell you, you make sure that your opponent is angry. So when your opponent becomes angry, they stop focusing. Wewe ukiwa umetulia, unaanza kuona gaps, that's where you hit. So that's what they are doing. But tunawaona, we are cleverer. Yes. And we become cleverer every day.
Asante sana Joakim, tutakutafuta pia siku nyingine tuzungumzie baadhi ya hayo mambo ambayo yaliweza kufanyika mwaka wa 2007 na pia tutazungumzia uchaguzi wa mwaka wa 2022 na labda pia tuangazie yale ambayo huenda yakafanyika mwaka wa 2027. Kwa hiyo asante sana.
I'm writing a book. I'll tell you about it. It's called Freedom in Prison. It encompasses the history of Kenya from 1920, when we became a East African British protectorate, up to when we obtained independence in 1960s, up to where we are. And it's just to undo the illusion that we are free. We are just free in a prison. Yes, that's why it's called Freedom in Prison. So we'll talk about it just before the launch. It's gonna be smoky.
It's gonna be
smoky.